So far, we've added clips to empty parts of a track, where there was no clips already. But you can add a clip so that it starts at any point in the sequence's time, including a point already occupied by video or audio. When you do, you must determine what happens to the frames after that point in time. Will the new frames record over what's already in the track at that time? Or will the new clip shift the frames already in the timeline to a later point in time to make room for the new clip? In other words, will you perform an overlay edit or an insert edit? Here I've opened the overlay insert sequence, and you can see that there's already 2 shots in the timeline. I'll find another shot to add to the sequence. I'll go to the interviews and open interviews 4 and find the answer to a question. I'll use the go to marker buttons and my JKL shortcuts to cue to the part I want to use.
I like everything about surfing except people. There's too many of them.
I like that clip, so I'll make this the out point and back up and make the beginning of the answer the in point. I've used the keyboard shortcuts I for in point and O for out point. Now I'll drag this clip to the timeline, but instead of dragging it to after the second clip ends, I'll drag it to a point before it ends, where the CTI is right now. So instead of dragging it here, I'll drag it here. Before I let go of the mouse, note the icon of the mouse pointer. There's an arrow pointing down. When I drop the clip, it recorded over the second clip. See how the second clip is shorter? This kind of edit is called an overlay edit. It recorded over the clip that was already in the timeline. Alternatively, I can have the frames after the insertion point shift to a later point in time to make room for the new shot. You might think of it as a ripple effect, but we usually call it an insert edit. I'll find another clip and this time insert it into the sequence. So I'll go to the B-rolls and open the Seagull movie. And again, I'll choose an in and out point. I'll make this the in and this the out. I'll drag this clip between the first and second clips. Snapping's on so I see a vertical line. But before I release, I'll press the Command key, or on Windows, the Control key. Notice how the icon changes from a down arrow to an arrow that points to the right. I'll let go of the Command key. That would be an overlay edit, but holding the Command key down, that would indicate an insert edit. And you see the arrows on the vertical line? They show which track's clips are going to shift in time. So when I drop the material, everything after the insertion point shifts forward in time, making room for the new clip. Let's play that back so you can see. I'll perform another insert edit, but instead of adding it between clips, I'll add it before a clip ends. I'll go here to the surfing movies and choose surfing number 5. Again, I'll use keyboard shortcuts to play the clip and set in and out points. Now I'll perform the insert edit. I'll drag the clip to the timeline, but I'll insert it before this clip is over. Again, I need to hold down the Command key or the Control key on Windows to switch from an overlay edit to an insert edit. Also, take note of the visual feedback that you get in the program monitor in the upper right. It's showing the point at which the new clip will be inserted. And I'll release the mouse. See how the clip in the timeline is split and the second part shifts forward in time? I'll play it back so that you can see.
Surfing except people. There's too many of them.
So now you know 2 variations on a simple edit, an overlay edit and an insert edit. But you'll find that insert edits also require you to consider whether the clips in some tracks or all tracks shift in time. You'll control that by using the sync lock option.